And welcome back to the Excel tutorial of a dashboard system. So I'm going to close that and let's double click on the form. The first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to declare the following variable. Let's say dim counter. I'm going to use that to count the amount of clicks as long. And the other one is going to be, let's create another one. Just gonna copy that, lazy here, and change this to, okay, that's going to be country chart, right? And that is going to be us chart. And the next one is going to be, let's say picture map. In the case of picture map, that's going to be string data type. And the next one, I'm going to just call that current row. That's going to be long as well. Next row, declare another one. So those are all my variables in place. Okay, that is it all done. The next thing I'd like to do is I'm going to create a function. So let's say right up here, let me just copy that and just give it a name, and that function I'm going to call it open chat. Right, that's my function right up there. That should be right inside the general. Let's see, yeah, okay, that's fine. Now right in there, what I intend to do is I'm going to set this country chart. Let's say set country chart, and that is going to be as sheet. And let me make that for sheet number 1. Okay, so I'm actually referring to sheet 1, and right here is my sheet number 1. Is the other one. That's what I'm referring to. I'm planning to call all of these charts. Alright, so let's continue. So set that equals sheet 1 dot chart object. Okay, and that chart object is going to be known as counter. Whatever value I have in there, dot chart there. Now this very chart, let me set it as parent width, country chart dot parent width. So let's say dot width. I'm going to make that about 400, and I'm going to set the height as well. Copy and paste, and the height, maybe we'll make that about 2, maybe 2 or 300. Okay, there, that's done. Now picture map itself, that is equals to the this workbook dot whatever parts that I have for my workbook. Okay, and quote backslash whatever the directory is going to be, let's say my chart, or you can just call it temporary, whatever you like. My chart dot, that's GIF file. Right, so country, and I want the country chart to export as follows: dot export file name, and the file name is going to be picture map, comma, it's going to be in the form of a GIF file anyway, so that's a file name equals a GIF file. There we go. Alright, and I want this picture to be right inside this image number 1. So copy that, come right in here. Underneath here say image 1 dot picture equals load picture, and the picture I want you to load is going to be picture image, this very one right there. Paste that in there and close that there. Alright, and there's some errors here. That should have been sheets, and this was meant to be filter name. There we go. Okay, nothing will happen now, but one thing I like to do is, you see the form load, I'm going to have to use this event initialize. Let's see, there we go. For the initialize, get rid of this. For the initialize, the first thing I like to do is, let me say counter. You see this counter, I'm going to say counter equals 1. For the very first image it opens, counter will be equals 1. And I will also like to call, I have to call open chat. Let's say call open chat there. Now that I've called whatever image we have in here, counter is going to be equals 1. Okay, and if you guys can still recall, I have 1 2 3 4 here. Okay, but let's see now. Let's see if we can call the very first image. Okay, since the counter is going to, since the open chat will be called inside initialize. So let's click on that, and yeah, there we go. You see the very first image is there. That is the form doing its own thing. Okay, one other thing I like to do for this initialize is, okay, in there, because I'm going to call some other, yeah, let me just grab all of this here and I'll paste it right here, because it's likely I'm going to need it. Okay, I will get rid of this. That is fine. Now, once I call whatever image I have, I want my counter itself to be equals to 2. So in here, let's say counter equals 2, and let's go back and say if counter equals 2, what about current row? Current row should be 2. No, it's not counter, it's current row. Should be 2 there. Now I have two text boxes. Let's say txt country dot text equals whatever we have on the current row cells. That'll be current row, comma 1 dot text. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other text box. The other text box is known as populate. No, population, not populate. Txt population dot text equals cell row equals 2. Okay, that's just to call whatever content I have, or use that for update as well. Then, and I'll need this, the name of this. I want to populate it from whatever I have on my workbook here. See, whatever I have in here, I want to use just these two. So go back to the code, and right underneath here we say list box. That's the name of the list box, lst display dot, that will be column. I'm just going to make the column count equals 2. Well, the choice is yours. If you want it to be 3, I just want it to be 2. Display list dot row. Let's say the role is role source equals, let's see, the role source is going to be Okay, I want this title as well, so make it from here to here. Or if I want 3, I can just make it A1 to B17. Yeah, so that'll become equals A1 comma B17. Right. Okay, let's run this and see how it's going to look like. You see that country and population, this all appeared in there. Maybe we should even add the other one. Just haven't made up my mind. Okay, make this column 3 and this one will be C17. Okay, C17, look at it here. This is it, C17. Alright, so minimize that. But in that case, I'm not going to have enough room here. Let's see the size of the font we have in here. But first thing, let's just run it and see. There we go, look at it. Okay, if you want to see the revenue, you can always scroll, so that's fine, we'll leave it like that. Yeah, so population, and you want to see revenue, just scroll. Alright, the next thing we want to do now, well, let's double click on the next button so that we can use this button to navigate between whatever we have in here. Okay, so double click on that and just speed that up there. Okay, those are the lines of code that will take care of that. So let's repeat the same thing for the previous button. Double click on the previous, and right there inside the previous record, it's not the previous map, it's going to be the previous record there. I'm going to get rid of the previous map because we'll be coming back to that later on. Okay, let's take care of these other buttons here. Scroll right down here, double click on next button right there, and right here enter as follows there. I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for the previous button as well. Previous map is called. Now come to previous map, double click on previous map, and right here, where is it now, double click and paste exactly the same lines of code. And we just need to change these to minus, we change this one to 4, and we change this one to 1 there. That should take care of that. And as you can see, I've also called the open charts. If you come here, you see the open chart. Where is it? Right here. Okay, I've also called that. So those are the lines of code for next map and previous map. So have a good look at it, at those lines of codes. Alright, next map, previous map. Let me just copy them, put them together so that there's no mistake. Right, and this is for previous record, next record and previous record. Okay, there we go. These lines of code are for these ones, and the one with the map right here, those are the ones that we use to navigate between the charts. Okay, I'm going to save that. And one more thing, let's take care of the update. Right there, those are the lines of code for the update. As you can see, I declare I country, I population, I country. Whatever we have inside txt country is assigned into I country, and then it's sent straight onto the worksheet to verify if it's for update. And the same thing applies to the population as well there, and I then get it initialized. So let's run it and you guys see how these lines of code work. Let's see. You see that next is moving the way I want it to operate. Let's see previous. That is good. What about this? There, that is fine. Okay, the other thing is I'm going to use this to call whatever we have in here. When I click on any of these countries that appears here, I want their map to appear in here. So to achieve that, what I'm going to do is, let's exit out. I'm going to have to create a function. So double click on the form. So right in underneath here, let's create a function here. Let's scroll right down there. Okay, the very first function is going to be, let's say private. Let's copy that. Private sub, whatever. Let's copy, paste that here. Private sub, and that function I'm going to call it chart loader underscore. Let's say loader. Right, just press enter, and right there let's use an if statement. If txt country, copy that, dot text equals the first country on the chart is Benin, then this is what I wanted to do. Set, let's say end if here. I want it to set as follows. I can also copy that right here. I have that inside my open whatever here. Copy all of that. I can change it around. Scroll right down and right down there. Paste all of those there. Okay, set whatever I have on charts, and that is supposed to be, let's see, where do I have the, okay, I have them on, there we go. You see where I have them? Sheet number 2. So I'm going to have to refer to sheet number 2 now. So instead of sheet 1, that becomes sheet number 2, and the object that I'm calling there is going to be that of Benin. And let's come in here, let me show it to you. This is Republic of Benin. You see the name there, Benin. So that's the one I'm going to call now. Okay, so let's come up here and just copy that. And right here, instead of counter, I'm going to enter Benin there. There, close that. And what else do I have to change? I'm going to leave that the way it is. This is fine, and I think that will do it anyway. Now the next thing is I need to know which of this chart we're talking of, which of this image is image number 4. Okay, so let's come right here, and instead of image 1, that becomes image 4. Now I like to display some information here. Okay, that's LBL results. Copy LBL result. Where is it? Here. And just paste it right there. LBL result dot caption equals Benin, and whatever Benin is. Benin is going to be Benin population is 9,325,000, and the GDP is, let's say, 9.274 billion. So that's Benin taken care of. Okay guys, the first part of the search function is taken care of. So all I just need to do now is to copy this and speed up the whole process. Okay, let's speed it up guys. So I'm just gonna enter as follows. There we go. Alright, let's save it now. Saved, and I'm going to just run it and see what's going to happen. If I click on any of these, okay, I expect the map to be displayed in there. Let's see why the maps are not displayed. So let's go back to our code and right underneath here. Okay, I was meant to call it form initialize. Okay, let's go back. You see this very one? We have to call it inside form initialize. So let's come in here and look for the form itself. Userform. There we go. Initialize. Call chart loader. So let's run it and see. You see that we have Benin, Republic of Benin there. So let's click on the next one. Okay, Burkina Faso should appear, but that's not appearing. Cote d'Ivoire and so on is not appearing. So let's see why is it not appearing. Okay, so that means we meant to call something in here. So right in here I'm supposed to also call the loader as well. Let's see, double click. Yeah, and the chart loader call there. Now I have to call it as well on the previous record. Paste. Now let's try that again. There we go, we have Burkina Faso and so on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, it's all working the way I want it to work. Alright, that's good. And you guys can also see the information about the country's population and their GDP. So let's see. Oh, that is Nigeria. We need to take care of this color in there. So let's go back onto the form itself. And where is Nigeria? That is Nigeria. We need to change that to green. Double click, select this, and let's change the whole color to green. Percentage. That's fine. Now save it. Okay, minimize that. Try that again and make sure Nigeria is working. Yeah, let's go. Keep going. Let's see. There, Nigeria is now working. Okay, we now need to take care of these two. That's no problem. All we just need to do is to use maybe form activate to call image 3 and image 2. Okay, let's go into the code where we have open chart. There we go. You see all of these lines of code. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go into form activate. Let's select form. There we go. Userform, and instead of form initialize, I'm going to ask it to activate the following lines of code there. Alright, now this very one I'm going to change that to, I'll just call that state. I think it should be in quotes. Yeah, and this is going to be sheet number 3, and the same thing. Okay, and this will be image 2. Repeat exactly the same thing for the other one. This is going to be image 3, and I'm going to call this GDP there, and that will be sheet number 3 as well. There we go. That is it. So if you guys want to know which sheet I'm referring to, the images that I'm referring to, that's 3 and that is 2, as you can see there. And I'm also referring to this very worksheet here, sheet number 3. So let's run it and see how it's going to look like. There we go, guys. Look at all the images. So that is the GDP, and that is the map of Africa. In there you can see the map of West Africa, the highlighted ones, and there, and that is how you create your own dashboard using Excel VBA. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this program, but before that, let's try out just one thing. You see the where we have the revenue. Okay, let's change that. I'm going to close that. Come in here. It's because we are on form number 3. I want to see if we can update one of these data on the population. So let's come in here, run it again, and you can see population now. Let's see, you see Republic of Benin. So let's come in here and look for the map. Look at map of the chart for Republic of Benin and other West African states. So for the Republic of Benin, I'm going to increase the population to about, let's say, 99 million plus, and just click on update. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yeah, you see that? Look at that, it's updated. Okay, that means the update works. So let's take it back to 9, and let's just click on update. There we go, that's it. It's updated back to what it was. Okay, so guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. You all have a nice day now, and please do like and subscribe, and you can also be a member of my channel. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.